NRL Fantasy Endgame, fighting for that top spot. I know we're all looking at that rankings page, guys. So I thought, you know what? Why not get Andrew on? Welcome, Andrew, the current number one man. Can't stop trading, the coach of that team. How are you feeling this week, mate? And how'd you go last week?
Oh, feeling good, obviously. Yeah, the week went really well. It sort of always felt a bit up and down, but ended up with 960, which was a or nine or something of that order. And went pretty well. I was a bit nervous on the key pods, which for me were Turbo and Damien Cook, but they both came through. So, and yeah, could very easily have jumped on some guys who didn't go so well, like Tino and Beau Fermor. So, felt a little bit touched by the lucky stick.
Mate, the fantasy gods are smiling on you. And turbo time is well and truly in swing here. Yeah, you got a bit of a gap there on second as well. So you're in a good spot. Let's talk though about your season, because like for today, I want to go through from the start, sort of work our way to now, and then talk about that strategy for the run home. So early in the year, how'd you kick off, and was it all smooth sailing from round one, or did it take a bit of time?
It was pretty smooth. I started with I was ranked about 7,000th after round one. But pretty much got all the right pods, and then jumped on Payne Haas, who'd had a great week one for week two, and got up to 175th overall. So that was a really good start. So had Hubner, had Sandon Smith, Rob Toyer, Cole, Duffy, all the people. Stafford Toa was worked out brilliantly over those early weeks, and then had a few of the Raiders, Starling and Corey Horsburgh and things, and Tamale. So that all played out pretty nicely.
Man, you bring back memories. I remember Jack Cole being in my team. It was like week to week, you didn't know what you're going to get.
Yeah.
And then he had that one game without Cleary, who was fantastic, then went back to nothing. So,
Well, and actually, yeah, that was one of the fun weeks, because I remember you were saying do not sell Cleary and Connor Watson, who were out that week, and I did sell them, and so I bought in Teddy and bought in Isaiah Yo at the time, and yeah, Cole got his 66, and that really propelled me up. So yeah, no, it was yeah, it was a good week for me. I did, of course, have to buy Cleary back pretty quickly.
yeah. Man, I'd call my team that week too, but I made a bunch of other mistakes. So didn't shoot up to 175th like you. And then rolling forward, man. So going into sort of that early games, everything before the buys, were there any big moves you made early that really paid off for you, or any that were big mistakes?
I tended to get rid of people who got injured. So I got rid of Dylan Lucas in round three. I didn't get him back till round 10. I had Jermaine Hopgood, but he didn't do too badly for me. A lot of the other people at the top early on started without Cleary, but I had started with him. Um, I traded hard, um, which
There
I
we
guess
go. There we go.
fits
That's
with
what
the
we like.
name.
Keep going. Talk it up.
I did not save a trade until round seven. I only did two once we could do three. But then I hit three in round eight. So yeah, it was trying to get the team value quickly. Had a good run with getting on guys who were mid ranges with low break evens who'd had a game. Matty Nicholson, Thomas Kent, those
Mm.
sorts of guys. But very much early on had followed. I think at the start of the year, you and Biz had been talking about guns and cows, and I sort of thought, hey, yeah, I'd bought a lot of mid ranges in the past and it hadn't gone so well. So I tried to minimize those. You obviously have to get some, but
Yep.
I I tended to go more for both ends.
And that strategy worked this year. Turtles came on earlier in the year as well, and he was talking about listening to Biz too. So I'm going to have to give Biz credit because his advice has turned out to be the best. Ripping in, so going forward, right, we jump into the buy rounds. Who was special for you in the buys? Because we got your team here.
Oh,
And I'm sure you've still got a few of them in the team right now, but you got Ellie Katoa there, Jerome Hughes heated up,
yeah.
Herbie Farmworth, obviously good. Damien Cook through those buys as well. Garrick, Savala, Turbo. Did you get Turbo early or Were you a bit later
No,
on too?
no, I got them quite late. I actually tended to be all the mid-season guys. I tended to be a bit late on.
Yeah, okay.
So Savala a couple of weeks later, Couchman, Dylan Egan, I sort of paid over 400k. But the benefit, I guess, of that is that there were plenty of guys who've popped up who I never went near, the Kane Bradleys or whoever, who sort of started for a week or two and then fizzled away. But yeah, I kept like things like Tallis Duncan in round 15. I mean, he was an obviously good buy, but nowhere near as good as he's been, which is sort of true of a few of the things. Like I bought Hughes and Katoa together, and suddenly they decided they were going to score 10 points each a week extra.
Yep.
So that was
They're
pretty
flying.
helpful. Yeah, Turbo decided to stop getting injured every second game and be a fantastic centre. Bought Herbie in relatively late, but round 14. Yeah, had Cook, and obviously that led to lots of success through the buy rounds. With the challenge being now that I've got all these guys, I have zero cash outs at this point. So
Yeah, okay. Yeah.
there's, which is good and bad. It means I've got guys who are playable every week, but yeah, it might mean that others actually have the odd extra gun that I don't have. I'm still working out how to get Yo back.
Yeah, because we were talking about that before. You're a little lower on trade. Is it 6 trades coming into this week? Is that the number?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah. So,
So, but you've got the depth there. I mean, there's 2 strategies, right? And you don't have to give it away on this, by the way, because the other teams
yeah.
at the top are probably watching this. But you could either go hard and do some cash outs and then just make those big upgrades and play as hard as you can for top guns, or play for a bit of depth and keep guys like Ruben Garrick has a pretty soft last 4 weeks of the year, so maybe he comes back. Guy like Drinkwater and Damien Cook, he hasn't been a keeper, but if you were desperate, he's the kind of guy that will turn up like Turbo. Talk to me through what you're thinking here. Again, give away as little or as much as you want here, but talk me through what you're thinking in terms of strategy for the run home and what you are going to do with these guys.
I think it's try and sort of move forward with caution. So it's yeah, Kolomatangi's out for the season, so probably get the best available player. That's Haas. There's a very tempting Tallis Duncan to Isaiah Yo trade,
Mm,
but that's also that trade could win. But equally, I could be playing short by round 27 or playing someone who struggles. And I've had a few things go my way. I made an ugly trade in round 18 to I needed another centre wing fullback to field 13, and so I sold Beau Fermor, who was looking for all the world like a 50 plus guy, for Adam Dewey, who had only done so much. And obviously, we were all having the Jack Bird moments of, hey, named on the edge for the Tigers. And suddenly,
mm.
Dewey has gone 50, 80, 50 or something of that order, and been picked at starting lock, and Fermor put up 29 on the weekend. So
Hey, that's
it's
ridiculous. That's ridiculous. Like,
yeah,
when it's going
and
your way, it's going your way. That's crazy.
that was a crazy trade. I'm up sort of 100 points and 150 grand in money and things. So yeah, it's
Yeah.
some of it is being fortunate. There's no doubt about that.
Look, you got to have a bit of luck. Like fantasy sports, a lot of it is luck. So none of that negates the skill that you've shown in getting to this spot. Let's talk about some of these top teams, though. So on the run home there, look, those 2 trades you mentioned, Yo and Haas, obviously guys that I would recommend using trades on and targeting. But the rest of the teams here on the top 10. So we got Jake, Dan, Ryan, King of, August, Thames, Cooper, Aaron, Harry. Scrolling down a bit, we got Turtles, Misso here, Megan as well. Who are you thinking is a bit of a bolter that's going to cause you some problems?
Oh, I don't really have any thoughts. I know Harry's been going gangbusters over recent weeks and climbing the ranks really fast. But it's really there's so many good players in fantasy, not just in the top 10, but top 100, top 1,000. Everyone's good. I mean, people jumped on Dylan Edwards last week. I was not even remotely thinking about Dylan Edwards, um, and I should have been, but yeah, I didn't perhaps have enough confidence in the Panthers without Cleary and Yo, and so yeah, the people who made that call, they're winning, and they caught up lots of points last week.
This
But
week they are. This week they are. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, you never know quite how it rolls forward. So yeah, so yeah, no, I think everyone's very good, and yeah, it's all just depends on both luck and which selections people make.
A lot of threats there. I will say too, like a Dylan Edwards pickup. Like you look at Harry, you mentioned full of fantasy. He's got Pappenhausen there as well. So Noani Tuase. Like just looking at this team, my guess is he's the type of guy that makes those swings at those types of players, and it comes off sometimes, doesn't come off other times. It's just a different strategy there. In terms of pod players, though, like guys that it's not necessarily particular teams, but guys that you don't have. So I don't know, a Joey Tarpanay or even Bo Firma,
Yeah.
even though you don't have him, Zach Hosking. Like, do any of these guys worry you and keep you awake at night?
Oh, I'm j- I'm too relaxed to be to be sort of worrying too much about it. But yeah,
He's
you
chill
totally
as,
know,
mate.
like
He's chill as.
yeah,
Classic Kiwi
well,
energy.
and one of I also play like fantasy Premier League, and that sort of teaches you things like there were a few times early in the season I sort of sold players, bought them back.
Yeah,
You
okay.
know that all these guys, Hudson Young could score 80s for 3 weeks, or he could score 36. I mean, you'd like to have all of them in your team. You've got some, and you can sort of fix one problem. And Yo's probably the one I'm thinking of fixing. I could probably go to Hudson Young. I haven't checked his price, but he's got a buy coming, and so there's all those trade-offs. But equally, a buy in the Canberra week might be quite helpful because I don't actually have any Raiders left.
Yeah, okay. Not the worst loophole option. There's normally someone out a bit as well.
Yeah.
Um, you're a non-Fichetti owner, right?
Yeah, yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Yeah, I've missed Fiketti. I've actually. It's been surprising for me how much I've missed. I missed early season Jackson Purdue. I missed quite a few good players. I missed the King Tongias. Yeah, it's late on Dylan Egan. It's like I'm never got near Hamish Stewart. So there's people who've done really, really well that I haven't had. But I guess, as sort of some people say, you can't have them all. So.
Yeah, that's actually a good point you make there, though, because you can win even with making mistakes, right? And one or two mistakes, it's not going to completely derail your season. You got to get some wins there as well. Like same as I won ages ago, right? But I made heaps of mistakes with my opening side. I remember showing people that team and them being like, "Really? That was the team that won?" So you can. All I'm trying to get across is you can
Yeah.
win with heaps of mistakes, and you're a testament to that as well.
Well, and also you can make a decision now, but you don't totally know how's that guy going to be going in 8 weeks' time, and he's probably still going to be in your team. And like Tallis Duncan looks to have won a centre spot. I haven't actually seen team lists for this week, but he looks like he's won a centre spot. And
Yeah, he's at center
that's
this week. Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, no, I mean that's not ideal. I picked him up as an 80-minute second rower in sort of round 15.
Yeah, I reckon you give him the flick. Like he's not that I'm going to tell you how to play, but
Oh yeah, no.
I reckon
I'm
he's off it, and he needs Cody Walker back to those attacking stats. So
Yeah, it's very tempting. It's
yeah,
just that nagging doubt that people there's a risk that teams, especially teams that lose hope of the eight, shut guys down late in the season, and you can end up like, who knows,
yeah,
it wouldn't take much for a Jaden Campbell, or if Manly start to drop away, a Ruben Garrick or something.
yep,
There's always that risk, and so yeah, probably try see if I can find guys. But equally, also
yeah.
there's people who come on strong at the end of the year, and be great to have a Lockie Galvin or something. But I don't think I have that luxury.
I'm in the same spot as you, man. I've got 6 trades left, and I want Galvin so bad as well. And I just can't find an easy way to get to him without burning trades or burning depth. Just talking to let's look at some of these other teams here. Rasta Thames. You might have seen our video with Thames, a good mate of mine. He's been floating right up the top for a long
Mm.
time now. Have you been watching his team at all from behind?
Yeah,
Before the week you
yeah,
took?
yeah. I did actually. I did watch. And I
Yeah,
think he actually ran out of trades, and so that was where it got a bit
he
difficult.
burns bright,
They
man. He's a risk taker.
and I think he got some shocking luck as well. Like I forget if it was Jack Bird or what the story was, but there were some late outs that hit his team and not other teams, and so yeah. But yeah, and obviously he's had fantastic season, and he had the smart no Cleary strategy, I think. So that was
Yeah,
early on, and then obviously sort of then got on Cleary at the right time. So yeah, no, I mean everyone who's doing well. I've listened to people on your show and on others, and
yep.
they're all really smart and they say really sensible things. And so yeah, it's then in the lap of the fantasy gods what happens.
Yeah, you got to make your moves. I do like his team though. Like if you look through his side, he'll get rid of Kolomatangi, which is fine. Pappenhausen's a bit of a problem there, but you jump into the depth here. You got Turbo Campbell in that wing fullback spot, Garrick as well. Haas and Cleary just stepping right up here. You'll get to Yo from Kolomatangi. Like I think he's a real threat down the stretch. And obviously now we've met, so I'm rooting for you as well. But he's another one I'm rooting for down the
Oh,
stretch.
fantastic.
So if anyone else is in the top 10, leave a comment. Let us know you're
Oh,
here. One other team we got to shout out here is Megan as well. Turtles Misso in the 16th spot has some big pod moves. Brought in DCE a couple of weeks ago. Still has Hines there. Nafahu White still in the team. Nwani Tawase there. A few pods, and I think a team like that could potentially, if things go right for a team like that, they can also make a rush as well. So there's still a lot of fantasy to be played. What are your thoughts on the run home here? How do you sort of see it happening? And I really want to know, how do you see yourself winning here?
yeah, I mean, there's about 7,000 points left, but lots of people have. We've all probably got 12 to 14 players who are the same. So it's what happens in those last few, and some of it's just being touched by a bit of luck, not having like Tino was a great bring in last week. I thought about it. I thought about bringing in Bo for more. Both of those things, they weren't bad picks, but they can
Mm,
they could lead to bad outcomes. And so yeah, I think winning is probably from here, probably not do anything too crazy and hope that things fall my way. And so those are, but equally, yeah, some other people might decide to go all in on trades and be done by round 25 and hope they can hang on, and they might, and that might scare me. I might have to
yeah.
trade too. So
But they're small
we'll just,
squads. They're small squads. You're in an interesting spot though, because I'm looking at this. Here's the squad values on the right. So 14.634 million. So 14.6. No one is above that. Like no one. Yeah, no one's even close. Also, shout out to Jay Z, Spanner in the Works, good bud of mine as well, in 17th place. But yeah, no one's even close to you, man. I mean, 14.57. Here we go. Charlie down here, but really 14.628 down here. But yeah, you're well on top in terms of team squad value there. Do you think that's because you talked about people might have an extra gun that you don't have. I think you might have depth that other people don't have,
that's
especially just
that.
looking at your bench. Like you're really
Yeah,
deep.
yeah, and that has been helping because yeah, been able to loop pretty aggressively and things, and so that's been helping in recent weeks. Although I'm about to be overseas for 3 weeks and playing cricket in Sri Lanka, so that could make life interesting.
Oh,
um,
mate, how
so,
good. How good.
yeah, it'd be good
Shout
fun.
out the cricket team. Who do you play for?
Oh yeah, just going with a team of people from over here, and so yeah, it's not I'm not an elite cricketer, but yeah, it'll be an interesting life
Got to shout
experience.
out the boys
So
though at the club. Which club is it?
Hibiscus Coast, which is
Yep.
just north of Auckland.
Oh,
So
beautiful.
yeah, that'll be fun. But yeah, trying to loop from, I'll probably be sitting on the edge of cricket grounds, checking the scores and hoping there's decent Wi-Fi.
Yeah, probably less looping. You could there's not many things you could do. Yeah, I was gonna say you could maybe give your password to someone, but you'd have
To
to really
someone.
trust them. You're doing
Yeah,
that.
yeah, no, so yeah, have a delegated authority, and then the worry is you can't get back in yourself when you need to do something.
Oh yeah, no, I wouldn't trust them. Got to do it your way. Got to do it your way, and maybe just be a bit conservative for those loops. In terms of Savala there, is there any, because you talked about Galvin before, is there any part of you that's thinking, oh, you can go Savala to Galvin this week? Or do you think that's just a bit too excessive?
Yeah, I mean it's possible, but yeah, I mean, and I yeah, or other people, yeah, like it might be a good trade, but will he get more than other guys? I guess that's the question. Like I've got two or three good halves, and so it's just. But yeah, as a strong 17th man, that could be good. But yeah, going down to three trades for 6 more weeks would be you'd be pretty nervous, I suspect. So
Yeah.
and is Savala more of a sell than Duncan? Equally, Savala may not get back into the team. Like the Roosters may go a different way. I think they'll bring him back, but
Mm.
yeah, I'll probably
Just
watch
on
that
team list,
one
by
for
the
another
way.
week.
He's on the extended bench this week, Savala, and
Yeah,
Sandon
so
is in the starting spot as of today.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
so yeah, no, we'll see which way that goes. But yeah, I think my current thought is to be pretty careful. I think Yo
Mm.
can score differently to other people, whereas I suspect Galvin
Galvin,
Moore
yeah.
scores like a really good half. But equally, would I rather have Galvin than Cook or Garrick or even maybe Turbo? Perhaps I would. So, but yeah,
I'm
I
glad you're
think,
saying this, man. I'm glad you're saying this because this is what I've been saying all week. Like, don't trade unless it impacts your 17. Do not
yeah,
be trading guys in for depth. Blah, blah, blah. You're wasting the trade now instead of actually using the trade when you need the depth. So I agree with you there completely. I was just keen to hear your rationale. But now you're in a good spot here. In terms of the end of your bench, hypothetically, if you use the trades and you bring Haas and Yo in, how
yeah.
does your bench look like? Who are your last couple of players this week? Or is it a loophole scenario?
Well, yeah, the last, well, I mean, the last, obviously, well, this week I have Qatar and Farnworth out. So the benches, you sort of try, probably be able to actually loop and have a look at all the scores, which is pretty much what I was able to do last week. I didn't get to have a look at Garrick's score. So I was just lucky that he had the lowest score.
Mm.
But this week, it's between Garrick, Cook, I think Turbo now feels like a reliable centre, which is not something we probably would have
He's that
thought we'd
guy,
be
man.
saying
He's
two
that
months
guy.
ago. So yeah, it's of Garrett Cook. You never want to start Scott Drinkwater. Obviously Turbo had a rough one last week, so it's picking who out of those guys to try and have a look at. And I haven't checked the times of the games and who's playing when, but that's been a critical part of the looping this year, particularly as we've gone on, has been, and particularly with the 13 player rounds, looping's been absolutely critical.
Yeah, no, it's a massive. Roosters Storm is first, then Cowboys Dragons second. So you're going to have a lot of chance to loophole guys like Drinkwater. You know, you could do the Teddy loophole that you talked about there before. You probably don't need to
Yeah,
loophole Hughes and Katoa, but there's plenty of
no.
opportunity there.
And then obviously if Savala stays out, I've only actually got 18 players, even with one trade. And
He
then
plays first,
the other
so you know straight away.
yeah, well, and the other thing that I've been sort of open to is looping with the view that you can trade if you have a problem. So that's another option. I may be able to decide on a late round trade if, well, obviously Savala will be out of that world, but yeah, that's another thing we've considered.
Yeah, I love that strategy. You just sort of sit the guys in there, and if they don't score well, you buy a guy for your 17. If they do score well, you can wait on that one too. But look, mate, it looks great, and look, appreciate you jumping on today as well. It's super cool. You've been in first for a few weeks now. You're in a great position, a few points ahead. I think it's about 100 points ahead, and you've also got a better salary cap than everyone else as well. So you're in a good spot there. You're being conservative with trades. I'm expecting that you'll stay in that picture for the rest of the run home. Big question is whether you come first. Out of
Yeah.
10,
Fingers
I'll finish on
crossed.
this. Out of 10, how confident are you that you win?
Uh, No idea. I've never really played the back end of the season particularly well. So yeah, I'm familiar with the buy period. I know about that. I really don't know about this part of the season when you're in this position. So I don't know. Maybe it's like there's a 3 out of 10 chance. Who knows?
A
Maybe it's a
three.
5 out of 10 chance. But we'll see how we go. I mean, there's lots of good
Yeah.
players, and it only takes one person to get a couple of players to light it up. Someone finds the next Adam Dewey that no one's thinking about, and it changes. So,
Yep.
or I mean, I've had things happen in round 27 in the past, like Mitchell Pearce walks off the field at halftime and doesn't return. And
Yep.
so you never know what's going to happen. So we'll
Mate.
enjoy
Yeah.
it. Take lots of screenshots of sort of, hey, still going well. But yeah, who knows
Yeah.
where it ends?
Yeah, that round 27 can get you too. I mean, there's also three big captains as well. So May, Cleary, and Haas are all playing, uninjury affected. But yeah, that round 27 can get you. I remember the year I won, that final round, it was 26 rounds back then. Andrew Fafita was my captain, and he went off with a calf issue 20 minutes into the game. So I was thinking like, oh God, I've ruined it. It's done. I was up by about 70 going
Oh,
into the
wow.
last round. I thought I was cooked, but just scraped over the line. So hopefully it doesn't come down to that for you. Hopefully you got a bit more of a buffer than that because it is bad for your heart. That's all I'll say.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I imagine at some point, yeah, if you're still in the position, start to get nervous and things. But in a lot of respects, the dice are largely cast by this point. There's fewer choices from here, whereas there's a lot more earlier in the season.
Awesome. Well, look, wishing you the best of luck, Andrew. Excited to watch this as it plays out too. We'll probably get you on for another episode right towards the end as well. Appreciate you, mate, and enjoy
Sounds
your
good.
trip as well. Sri Lanka, 3 weeks for cricket. Living the dream.
Yeah, be good fun. Thank you very much.
Awesome. Cheers, mate. You have a good one.
Yes, you too.